morning and the first working day of the week. Glad to know that you're there, and I hope you had a very restful weekend. My name is Cynthia. Well, of course, today promises to be amazing, and as usual, I won't be doing this alone. Guchuko, how are you?
Absolutely amazing. I feel good. First day of the week, working day of the week, and the last week of April. So first, I'm grateful to God, but I also would love to celebrate myself for being resilient, for being persistent, for being dogged and rugged. Yeah, it's been an interesting fourth month of the year, and if there's anything I want to tell myself is the fact that, look, I mean, lots of challenges, but I found a way to power through, and I think that is what's celebrating. So, but for me, for you out there, if you, like me, have found a way to weather the storms that life has thrown at you, you just have to know that you deserve some accolades. We deserve some accolades.
Oh, well, absolutely. And of course, it's our Motivational Monday. And everything we try to do is to make you understand that you are perfectly enough. All right, so we kickstart the day this beautiful morning with something that has to do with your health. So first of all, before we go into the health and wellness this morning, let's do a little warm-up in this particular fitness video. I hope you can try that.
With
your partners.
Oh, great. Thankfully, I have a partner on the show.
Or maybe their colleagues or anybody. They could try that.
I would definitely like to try that. And did you see, everyone has a role?
That's why it's for 2 persons.
Great. So you're perfectly okay with your role?
I'm not going to do that.
Why not?
Because I don't want to do it.
Okay. Nice.
What? I mean, but they could try it. It's a good warm-up.
You should do what you preach. I believe you should do what you preach.
Of course, I do what I preach.
So we should start from you, you know. Myself and you. We should start something like that. So yeah, we're going to do a remake of that video, myself and Cynthia. So watch out for something like that. What tomorrow? The day after tomorrow? Tomorrow it is. Watch out for the exact same remake of that video.
Anyway, let's now go into something for your health this beautiful morning. And you should know that the immunization week has been on, and so it's going to be ending on the 30th of this month. So in light of that, we're going to be talking about a couple of things today. And on health and wellness this morning, we'll be looking at vaccines, we'll be looking at antivirals, we're looking at a whole couple of things in that particular family. Just keep yourself together and you will learn so many important things. We'll be right back.
You know, some of these vaccines to prevent certain diseases, and I mean, we can only hope for more advancements, more technological innovations in that regard. Who knows? Very soon we might have something to prevent something as common as malaria? Maybe. Maybe.
All right, so this beautiful morning, as we kickstart the day, it will be important to have some morning goodness. All right, so the key word there is try as much as possible to not succeed in what you do not need. As you proceed in life, as you try to make all the giant strides, make sure that those are things that you really, really need, and make sure that those are things that God wants you to really, really achieve. So at the end of the day, you don't look at yourself and you're like, everything fades away because it was nothing that you even need at all. Those are great words there that you want to definitely keep at.
But in reality, most of
the
things that we strive for, most of the things that we labor for, we do not actually need. There was a question, I think it was a friend of mine who posted on his status over the weekend. I'm trying to remember the exact words, but let me paraphrase. Do you want it because you need it, or do you want it because you want others to see that you have it? Yeah, and I think that is a misconception that most people have in terms of, oh, you want to achieve this. You're not really eager to have that achievement because, oh, it's going to make you happy, it's going to make you fulfilled, it's your life calling to achieve something like that. But because you want to achieve it so other people can see that, yes, you have achieved it. You want to have that success so other people can see that you have it. I think the desire to succeed should come from a more deeper level of trying to find fulfillment for yourself, trying to find happiness for yourself, trying to find purpose, and not really so you can look good in the eyes of other people, and not really so you can look, so you can belong, for want of words.
I don't quite agree with that person. I mean, if that's the way they put it, like, I don't quite agree with that, because in life there are certain things that you need, and there's a thin line between what you need versus what people would say, oh yeah, he has it or she has it, based on what you're saying, like, oh, do you want other people to see that you have it? So for example, I mean, before I even give the example, I mean, you wouldn't like yourself to be broke and poor, right? Not because people are going to see that you're not broke and poor, but you don't even want yourself to be broke and poor. I mean, so
there are people who would be comfortable living what you could term simple lives, what you could call a comfortable life.
Now, don't forget,
but because
simplicity, comfort, it's not defined in one way. What might be comfort to me, not even about what people would see or people would admire. No, what might be comfort to me may not be comfort to you. For some persons, having a 2-bedroom flat with maybe one nice good car that does not consume fuel, and what else? Maybe if they crave to be married and with a wife, might be comfort to them, and having maybe earning their maybe 300,000 naira salary and the rest may be comfort to them. Whilst for other person, not because of what people will say or what people not say, they would not want to stay in a 2-bedroom flat or just drive one car and be earning a 300,000 naira salary. No, for them, comfort. So comfort, I always like to say comfort depends on what you have been exposed to. So if you have been exposed to a certain way from time, your level of comfort and another person's level of comfort from a person who is from another side will not be the same. So the most important thing is, that's why I said I do not totally agree with that person. So there's a thin line between, at the point where you say, what's the word now? I want to have this. Not even want, I need to have this. For example, let's look at the needs of men and women, right?
So, why don't we start with what are the 3 basic needs of a human being?
What are the 3 basic needs?
Food, shelter, and clothing.
That's what I'm saying. We are still coming back to it, right? So what might be food to you might be you being able to have money to eat in one of your mama put every day, or being able to go to the market and buy items every day. But that may not be the kind of food I want to eat. And because of that, I would do things that would enable me be able to eat in the kind of place I want to eat every time I want to eat.
As long as you wanting to eat in those places, it's not about making some sort of statement. So that me now, that I'm using the analogy you gave. So you like to eat in a 5-star restaurant, for instance, because that's the level at which you are, and that is basically what appeals to you. And I would go to the roadside kiosk to get my own meal. Now, are you doing it so you show that there's some sort of distinction? There's, oh yes, I've arrived, so I can't be going to this other kind of place. It has to be at this it has to be at this 5-star restaurant. So I think, you know, you were talking about simplicity and comfort. I think most of the time, if you can afford a place to lay your head, if you can afford food to eat, if you can afford clothes to put on your body, I think you're doing pretty well. And I'm basically addressing people who, yes, you've got all of this figured out, but you still feel like it's not enough. And you have to prove to some people that, oh, beyond all of this, you know, I need to get more. I need to acquire.
No,
I need to
disagree.
Show.
I would disagree. You're not proving. You're not proving to anyone.
But there are people like that.
No, but let me finish. You're not proving to anyone. I would say that the philosopher was not high on alcohol when he says human needs and human wants are insatiable. So you might think that where you are right now, being able to go to that roadside kiosk or whatever, you're okay with it. But then you will get to that point and you will be able to afford it, and then you will want more. So it's not about what people would say. It's not about how people would see you. It's just inside of you to want more. It's just like when you're craving, you.
But then again, what's the motive?
That you are the one so concerned about the other people. Some of these people don't even care what you're doing. They don't even notice you. So I mean, you walk into a restaurant with other people having their meal with their cutlery and all of that. They don't even see that you are there, except maybe you come in with the jamboree before they even notice you. Everybody's there. The people who are going to this 5-star restaurant to have their meals, they are going there because it's what they like. It's the kind of environment they want to be in. They don't really care.
Let's not limit it to a restaurant.
No, I'm just saying.
What about purchasing items you don't need?
You are the one.
What about purchasing gadgets that ordinarily you cannot even afford?
Are you aware that there are some persons that buy things because it makes them happy? There are people that buy some, like you said, they don't really need it. Some people buy things, it makes them happy. They see something, they can't afford it, they buy it, it makes them happy. So are you going to say that they should deprive themselves of happiness just because they don't want people to think that they're showing off? No. The thing is this, it is the other human who is concerned that the other human is doing this to affect him.
But then again, in your bid to be happy, what are the lengths that you will go to achieve the happiness that
it is my
desire?
Happiness.
Yes, it is your happiness.
You go get your own happiness.
But there is also a place of, what's the word now? So it doesn't look like I'm a killjoy. Yeah?
No, it is my happiness.
Yes, it is.
If you want to be happy, go get happy.
Okay, so if I because I want to be happy, if I need to take someone else's money or someone else's possession just for me to feel happy, I should go all out.
No, we are not talking about stealing. We're talking about what you can afford.
So I should go broke because I want to be happy.
It is your happiness. If you want to go broke, you go broke.
And you think that is a wise thing to do?
Bro, it is your happiness, right? If you want to go broke, making yourself happy, you make yourself go broke and be happy.
I can't subscribe to that.
No, look, let's look at
you making yourself happy, it comes with attendant consequences.
What are we talking about here?
Attendant consequences.
Do you want to deprive yourself of happiness?
Do I want to be happy momentarily and suffer the consequences later? Absolutely not.
You are the one. Now, this is the thing. When God created everyone, in the Holy Book, it says He has given you the ability to choose. So it is you have to use your own to decide.
Quick analogy, Cynthia.
No, you're mixing this thing up.
Quick analogy.
What makes you happy?
I'm on a paycheck of 2,500 a month.
That's your business.
Hold on now. I'm on a paycheck.
It doesn't concern us. Because it's not our happiness, it's your happiness.
Yes.
Exactly.
But then again, will I now make decisions that are detrimental to myself because I want to make myself happy?
That's totally up to you. Now, this is the thing you're not getting, my dear. Whatever makes you happy, what do you call it? Me happy, right? So if I want to go to my account and take off the money in there, a huge chunk of it, and say I want to travel, I just want to enjoy myself for 3 days, it's going to make me happy.
So what happens? What happens after?
No, that should not concern anybody else. It is me.
I think it should concern you. And
no, that is for me to worry about. What happens next is my business. The problem is this. We poke our nose and we poke ourselves into other people's business.
Okay.
That we don't pay attention to our own business.
Right now, it's not even about what the other person would say or if it's the other person's business. I think that in a bid or in the whole journey or adventure of making myself happy, I should also factor in what the consequences of whatever actions I take, would be. So I can't go all out clearing my account because I want to be happy. What happens after I have achieved that seeming happiness? Okay.
That is not our business.
Would you be happy? Wait, would you be happy to be happy for only 30 minutes?
You don't get it. Whether I am happy for 5 minutes, it's my business. You don't get the point.
But I think it would be better to be happy over time.
Now, there's something you're mixing up.
I think I would love to be happy continuously.
These are decisions that only you will make for yourself. We cannot make it for the next person.
But we can also help to guide you.
No. It is your happiness. It is how you want to be happy.
So do you know there are certain things a person would do right now? Yes, it will make you happy to give you that feeling that you're craving for. But is it even, with regards to, let me say, people who smoke, yes, they're going to tell you it makes them happy.
I hardly hear a person who says smoking makes him happy.
Oh yes, it does.
I'm not sure I've really heard.
So why do they do it?
Makes them happy.
Why do they smoke?
They talk about mostly I hear it helps them to calm their nerves, not about happy.
It also depends on what you're smoking.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so there are people who do that, and we all know how that is injurious to your health. So are you going to encourage them? Oh, because it makes you happy.
Are you aware?
Keep on smoking.
Are you aware that in the few adverts of cigarettes, right? Let's use cigarette for example. In the few adverts, because you don't always see the adverts everywhere. In the few adverts of cigarette, you see that, or even on the pack, it shows you that smokers are liable to die young, right? And on the pack of the cigarette, you will see the liver that is healthy and the one that is not. Now, if that is not enough to make you understand that, oh, I shouldn't do this thing in extreme, or I shouldn't, then am I the one to tell you not to smoke?
Okay,
If it makes you, according to your
Cynthia,
words, happy?
What I would like very much this morning to make me happy is to be in my bed, being served a hot plate of rice and stew with probably chicken or turkey, with a fat glass juice of wine, and just scroll through social media on my iPad, just laughing. And is that what I'm doing right now?
That's totally up to you. You can simply say, I don't want to do it.
Oh my goodness.
It's very simple.
Oh my goodness. So what are the consequences of me deciding not to be here and be at another location that makes me happy?
Let me give you the options. You either get another job that don't make you leave your houses early and do what you like to do, or you do what you're doing. These are decisions you make for yourself. We cannot make these decisions for you.
No one is saying one is saying that we're the ones to make the decision for you. But I think when you make those decisions, you should also be conscious of what the attendant consequences are going to be. Yes, I totally agree with Cynthia. It's up to you. It's your business. It's your life. But you need to have in your head, need to have that consciousness that whatever it is that I decide in my beats to being happy, in my adventure of achieving happiness, you are going to deal with the consequences.
Are you aware of the rate how people die these days? And what you're thinking about is depriving yourself of happiness.
Women also give birth every day.
I'm talking about, how does that connect here? I'm talking about depriving yourself of being happy just because you think that your tomorrow is promised.
It's not depriving yourself because tomorrow is, what was the word you used again? It's not promised. It's you making decisions with reality in mind. It's you making decisions taking into cognizance the fact that, oh, whatever I do, there's going to be consequences.
I love the word when you said, with what? With what? Having what in mind?
What I do.
That was something else you said. See.
You know, this wisdom, it flows.
Wow.
It flows per millisecond. So sometimes I lose track of these things, you know. So, but I think you get the message.
The end point is this. Whatever makes you happy, my darling, do it.
I totally agree.
You have the right.
You have my vote. You have my vote.
Let me finish.
Okay.
You have the right to decide. We are all thinking humans. And as you said yesterday, we all know what we are doing. Right?
I say that every time.
We all know what, I also say that we all know what we are doing. If a person you want him to put out new music, he tells you to beg him. And he tells you to beg him the way Davido was begging that lady in that video